Welcome to all the BSc second year students for semester 4th. In the last few classes we have discussed regarding the photosynthesis. Different aspect we have studied in photosynthesis. Just I want to recall once again the introduction regarding the photosynthesis, definition of photosynthesis, structure of ultrastructure of chloroplast, different photosynthetic pigments. Then we are discussing now the mechanism of photosynthesis. In mechanism of photosynthesis, the whole process of photosynthesis is divided into two phases, in two parts, that is light reactions or light phase, or it is also known as primary phase. The second phase is known as dark phase or carbon dioxide fixation process. So, or carbon dioxide assimilation process. So why it is called as light reaction, why it is called as dark reactions, these things already we have discussed. So in first phase of photosynthesis or in light reactions, the whole process of light reactions take place in two ways, that is, or it is also known as photophosphorylations. Now what is the definition of photophosphorylations? These things already we have studied. Now as already mentioned, as I have mentioned already, that is what are the two different ways through which the light reactions or light energy is converted into chemical energy. So the main purpose of the aim of light reaction is synthesis of energy rich compound, that is ATP and NADPH2 molecules. So these ATP molecules and NADPH2 molecules utilized during carbon dioxide assimilation or carbon dioxide fixation. So there are two ways in light reactions for fixation of that is conversion of light energy into chemical energy. Number one is non-cyclic light reactions, or non-cyclic, it is also known as non-cyclic photophosphorylation, and another one is cyclic light reactions or cyclic photophosphorylation. Once again I will give the definition of, that is, what is meant by photophosphorylation. So the photophosphorylation is nothing but it is a process where there is a conversion of ADP by adding one inorganic phosphate in the presence of light. Therefore it is known as photophosphorylation. So there is one more definition in there is a synthesis of ATP molecules and NADH2 molecules in a respiration process or aerobic respiration process. So that is known as oxidative phosphorylations. That is also known as oxidative. That is the difference between photophosphorylation and oxidative phosphorylations. The oxidative phosphorylations comes under respiration chapters. So what is meant by, why it is called as non-cyclic light reaction or non-cyclic photophosphorylation? Before going to all the stepwise reactions of non-cyclic photophosphorylation, just you have to remember, on the grana of chloroplast there is a presence of a number of chlorophyll molecules. Out of that number of chlorophyll molecules, a group of chlorophyll molecules near about 400 to 500 number of chlorophyll molecules, which is act as a pigment system 1 and pigment system 2. So these pigment system 2 and pigment system 1s are photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. So this pigment system 1 and pigment system 2, they have their own capacity to absorb a ray of lights. For example, pigment system 2 is having a capacity to absorb a ray of light which are having a wavelength less than 700 angstrom or 680 angstrom, and the pigment system 1, the chlorophyll molecules has a capacity to absorb a ray of lights near about 700 angstrom. So a group of chlorophyll molecule which has a capacity to absorb a ray of light whose wavelength is 700 angstrom, that forms a pigment system 1, and a group of chlorophyll molecule which is having a capacity to absorb a ray of lights which are having a wavelength 680 angstrom. So it is forms a pigment system 2nd. So in non-cyclic photophosphorylation or non-cyclic light reactions, both the pigment systems are active. Both the pigment systems are active. So here, in why it is called as non-cyclic light reaction or non-cyclic photophosphorylation? Because whenever these pigment system 1 and pigment system 2 absorb a ray of lights of their own wavelength, get activated. So whatever the electrons which are ejected from the pigment system 1 after passing number of electron acceptor molecule goes to pigment system 1, and whatever the electrons which are ejected from the pigment system first goes to NADPH2 molecules. The electron deficiency of the pigment system 2 and pigment system 2nd fulfills by a different way, means whatever the electrons which are ejected from the original chlorophyll molecules will not be back to the same chlorophyll molecules. Therefore it is known as non-cyclic light reactions. Means, so here whatever the electrons ejected from the pigment system 2nd goes to pigment system 1, and whatever the electrons ejected from pigment system 1st goes to NADPH2. So the electron deficiency of pigment system 1 fulfills by the photolysis of water, and the electron deficiency of pigment system 1st is fulfilled by the electrons which are ejected from the pigment system 2nd. Therefore here whatever the electrons which are ejected from the original chlorophyll molecules, they will not be came back to the same chlorophyll molecules. Therefore it is known as non-cyclic light reaction or non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So today, so therefore it is known as, this is the way of the moment of electrons which are ejected from pigment system 2nd and pigment system 1. So another important aspect in non-cyclic light reaction is there is a photolysis of water. Photolysis of water means the splitting of water molecules, that is OH minus and H plus ions. OH minus and H plus ions. So this photolysis of water, in the presence of light, there is a splitting of H2O into OH minus and H plus ions, and again by the further process there is a release of electrons. And water molecules and the oxygen is released. So this is whatever the oxygen released, it is a byproduct of photosynthesis, and the electrons which are ejected during photolysis of water goes to NADP and get converted into NADPH2 molecules, which is energy rich one. So this is the process of photolysis of water, and this process the photolysis of water was given by a scientist Hill by using monochromatic lights on chlorella, and he came to conclusion that during non-cyclic photophosphorylation there is a splitting of water molecules into H plus and OH minus ions, and these H plus ions goes to NADP and get converted to NADPH2, and the electrons also goes to the pigment system 2nd whenever there is a deficiency of electron molecules. So the deficiency of electron molecules fulfills by the photolysis of water. Therefore, whatever the electrons which are ejected during photolysis of water goes to pigment system 2nd. So this is what is known by Hill reactions, or what is known by photolysis of water. And another important aspect of the Hill reaction is there is a release of oxygen molecule as a byproduct. So in the process of photosynthesis, the byproduct of photosynthesis is there is a release of oxygen molecules. So here stepwise will be discussed regarding non-cyclic photophosphorylation. As soon as a ray of light falls on a chlorophyll molecules on pigment system 2nd, The electrons which are electrons are ejected. First, the ejected electrons, the ejected or released electrons first goes to first electron acceptor molecules, that is quinine molecules. From that quinine, here there is one more electron acceptor molecule, that is cytochrome B. From cytochrome B, it goes to another electron acceptor molecule, that is plastoquinine, and from plastoquinine, electron goes to cytochrome F. While moving the electrons from plastoquinine to cytochrome F, the ADP molecule which is present in the grana get converted into ATP by adding one inorganic phosphate, and from cytochrome F, electron goes to plastocyanine. From plastocyanine, the electrons which are ejected from pigment system second after passing number of electron acceptor molecule lastly goes to pigment system first. So at the same time, the pigment system first electron molecules, by absorbing a ray of light, get activated or excited, and the electrons which are ejected from the pigment system first goes to first electron acceptor molecule, that is pyridoxine PRS, pyridoxine reducing substance. From FRS to goes to NADP, and from NADP the H plus ion which are released during photolysis of water here get added, and NADPs get converted into NADPH2 molecules. In this way, a number of ATP molecules and NADPH2 molecules get released in non-cyclic photophosphorylation or non-cyclic light reactions. So this is the schematic representation of the moment of electrons from number of electron acceptor molecules. There is the release of ATP molecules, there is the release of NADPH2 molecules, activation of pigment system 1, activation pigment system second, and activation of pigment system first, photolysis of water, release of oxygen molecules, release of H plus ions. Again there is the number of OH molecules recombines to each other. There is a formation of water and oxygen molecules. In this way, there is a non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So here you have to be remember which is the pigment system second, which is the pigment system first, how the photolysis of water take place, what is the byproduct of this photolysis of water, the number of stepwise number of electron acceptor molecules, then NADP and NADPH2 molecules. So it is in a Z scheme, or it appears a Z-like structure, therefore it is also known as Z scheme. Similarly, we have to be discussed regarding cyclic photophosphorylation or cyclic light reactions. So what happens in cyclic light reactions, cyclic photophosphorylation or cyclic light reactions? In cyclic light reaction and cyclic photophosphorylation, only pigment system 1 is activated. And here the pigment system second is blocked or inactivated one. So here, as soon as a ray of light which are falling on the pigment system 1, the chlorophyll molecules gets activated or excited one, a number of electrons are ejected. So these ejected electrons goes to the first electron acceptor molecules. From that first it goes to cytochrome B, cytochrome F, plastocyanine, plastoquinine, and again they came to the same chlorophyll molecules. After passing of a number of electron acceptor molecules, that is plastocyanine, cytochrome B, cytochrome F, plastoquinine. So whatever the electron acceptor molecules are there in pigment system 1, or in cyclic photophosphorylation or cyclic light reactions, the electrons which are ejected from the pigment system original chlorophyll molecule, after passing the number of electron acceptor molecules, they came to the same chlorophyll molecules. Therefore it is known as cyclic light reactions or cyclic photophosphorylation. And here in cyclic light reactions, in each process, the number of ATP, there are about 2 to 3 ATP molecules will be released. They are going to be released. So the schematic representation of cyclic light reaction or cyclic photophosphorylation is given very clearly in the book, a reference book. You have to draw this figure. So you have to remember the difference between non-cyclic light reaction and cyclic light reactions. Cyclic light reactions. Already I have given the idea regarding the non-cyclic and cyclic way. Just you have to remember, in case of cyclic light reactions or cyclic photophosphorylation, there is no photolysis of water. Then there is no release of oxygen molecules. The number of ATP molecules released is about 2 to 3. So therefore, in pigment system 1 or in cyclic light reactions, there is a number of ATP molecules are more released when compared to the non-cyclic photophosphorylation or non-cyclic light reactions. So in pigment system, in non-cyclic light reactions, both the pigment systems are activated at a time and photolysis of water take place. So that is the difference between cyclic and non-cyclic light reactions. So the main important aspect of light reactions or photophosphorylation is to synthesize a number of ATP and NADPH2 molecules which are energy rich, and these ATP and NADPH2 molecules are used during second phase of photosynthesis or during dark reactions. So today with this is sufficient. This much is sufficient, and next period I am going to be dealing about dark reactions. So what is meant by dark reactions, or what is meant by carbon dioxide assimilation, or what is meant by carbon dioxide fixations. So why it is known as dark reactions? So the dark reaction is also known as, because it is take place even the light is present or absent, there is no need to be light in dark reaction, therefore it is known as dark reaction. It is also called as carbon dioxide assimilation. It is also known as Mellin-Calvin reactions. So again, the carbon dioxide fixation is different in different plants. It is, in some cases it is known as C3 pathway, C4 pathway, CAM pathway. So what is meant by C3 pathway, what is meant by C4 pathway, what is meant by CAM pathway? So details regarding all these reactions will be discussed next class. Thank you.